Hello, hello, everyone. Let me turn my mic up a little bit more. All right. Sorry, I was running a little bit late, trying to get the last couple of things set up because I decided to do the stream a little bit differently. I decided that for this stream, since we have a lot of stuff that I want to get into, and we cannot talk about a lot of this stuff free and openly. Hold on a second. Let me make sure the rock fin is up. Yeah, let me get the rock fin up first. All right, where you at? Where you at? Stepping down. Just bear with me a second. Just need to see it say go live. Come on, catch up. All right, cool. So good. We're live over there. Let me switch back. Where do we go? StreamYard. There we are. And I see, let me say hello to everybody out in the chat. I see Miguel H., Jira Brown, Randy Bray. Hello, haven't seen you in here before, but welcome to the show. And I see Mary out there, Mary Lecter. So glad for everybody else out there, even if you're not, and for all those who will catch the show later on or at a later time. We're going to talk about, like I was saying before, we got some subjects to get into, and I want to give some analysis on some stuff. I've seen a lot of commentary on like the Chappelle thing, and I really want to get into it. Oh, found me through Sabby. Good. Yes, a lot of love for Sabby. She brings me on her show, and no matter how big her platform has gotten, she still looks out for the little people. So much love to Sabby. Let's see. Other members of RBN have had me on too. So, still a lot of respect for them. And of course, my channel goes a little bit different angle, and we're doing some different things, but still respect for what they're trying to do over there. And like I say, I'm not here to rain on anybody's parade. I will applaud anybody for whatever you're trying to do and what you're working on. So that said, oh yeah, I see Thomas is out there. What's up, Thomas? Always good to have you here. Says Sabby tells it like it is, true lefties. Yeah, I mean, and Thomas, me and you, we've talked about it, especially as long as we've gone back, which you follow in this channel and my other channels. I'm just I'm just more pessimistic than most other leftists. So and I look at the system as a little bit more rigged. Now, I'm not saying that other people don't see it as rigged as I do. I'm saying that I just have less faith that we can overcome the level of rigging. So hopefully that doesn't dissuade people who are new to the channel, and they'll hopefully just hear my perspectives and different stories that I'm covering. And maybe you guys can prove me wrong. I'm perfectly fine with that also. So we do have, and I'm pretty sure Chris will be back with us shortly. But we have Pelosi stepping down, of course. We have the, I don't know if you guys have heard the situation that's been going on out here with the officers. Says Marcus, you're straight up anti. Oh, yeah. I don't think you get any more anti-establishment than I am. I mean, I'm so skeptical. But I don't know if you guys have heard the situation that's happened out here. Let me see if I can pull that clip up and just go straight in and show you all. My computer's doing a little buffering, but we're still good to go. Let's see. Actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? let's give the show intro. Oh, I see extra below it. Oh yeah, before I get into everything, shout out to Indie News Network. They had their 1 year anniversary, so definitely a shout out to all of them over there. My brother down there in the chat, Extra Bulla. Shout out to Indy. Shout out to Reef. Shout out to let's see who Lucy, Blue Moon Red Wine, Colin. You know, what is it? Yeti Jesus. Jesse over there. Just shout out to everybody. I don't want to start naming all the names because I'll forget everybody, and I don't want to slight anybody that I forget the name. Joey, Big Mac Crab, all y'all over there. I see Streets is in the building also. So I'm just telling you. Also with the INN Loves Political. Well, good. One day I hope in a perfect world I'd be able to have a cookout with all you guys, and I can make you up some of my special entrees that I make. Yes, Reef will probably be disappointed. They're not pot infused, but they still would be quite tasty. So let's go ahead, hit this intro, give Chris a little bit more time to hop in here, and then we will get on to the show.
You were here because you have a question. Really get down to understanding this political matrix.
Out there, the stunt double. He walked out. He's got an oximeter on his back. I'm like, you gotta keep other. Marcus said on his other show. He was like, American politics is simply pro wrestling.
You became afraid of everyone because people were reporting on each other.
We're living out Minority Report too as well. And you know why? You know why we know that, boss? Because we've been reporting on it. Yeah, I know.
All the black people in this country be willing to take a reservation.
That's what the Nation of Islam was asking for.
To put a couple of clips together.
It's crazy to see how much Martin Luther King really began to look like, damn, man, Malcolm was fucking right.
I mean, what is the elite's end game?
There's this assumption that as a black commentator or black journalist that you're not informed.
Relationships, that's a skill we have to learn.
It's even more kind of mind-blowing because we're supposed to be the multicultural space.
Trying to drum up money to keep the war machine going so they can keep the donors happy.
Yeah. Do the Chinese own part of that?
This began a long time ago. Ukraine has had a neo-Nazi problem for decades.
Proof of sanction, am I right?
I don't know if Domcopters will do it, but something's got to be able to save the world.
From the private industry here.
Like I say, people come on here, they can say stuff they don't normally say on their own shows, which is fine.
Oh, it's McDonald's. Whoop-de-doo.
Ooh.
And their cholesterol is going to go down. Yeah, good.
Look, we only exist because we have the biggest military, kid.
And silencing a person like Julian Assange. Because it affects everybody. And today, last week, believe you me, because they know who you are. They watch. They got people that's going out there. They don't want you guys having the conversations that you're having on this show. Mm-hmm. So it affects the political matrix today.
Now we can get started officially. It doesn't feel right unless I do the intro. It's kind of a good way to kind of advertise the show. Some of the people who've been on, and it gives a homage to some of my favorite guests and friends who've stopped by for the show. Oh yeah, it was something else I wanted to mention. Yes, last week I talked a lot about what was it? Moxie Approved. And Moxie Approved did a deep dive. Well, him and We Woke Now, Pastor Kelly, hey Yipper, did a deep dive into the documentary and the book Hebrews to Negroes. And so For those who don't understand why I put out all of that, for one, if you guys take a peek at it and look into it, it goes into a lot of stuff, and it separates some of the conjecture from what's actually being said and what's in what. Because Kyrie shared the link to the documentary, but what's happening, a lot of people, they're conflating what's in the documentary and what's in the book. And if you haven't read the book, you're going to be like, the movie doesn't say any of this stuff. Now, even if you read the book, a lot of statements that are put in there, some from various organizations, for whatever reasons, they've decided that, yes, this is legitimate. No, that's not legitimate. Hey, Jimmy, good to see you in here. They will go from those two different points of views. But most of it, what it is, I think I see Chris sneaking in here. Most of it, what it actually is, it's going into quotes or alleged quotes from various different people. So the documentary itself is not necessarily making these claims. It is saying that this person X said X. So it's kind of one of those things where I felt it was important to put out that breakdown. Now, granted, I know it's super long. That's the reason why I broke it into 4 parts, about an hour on each one of them. But for anybody who's trying to get a true understanding and want to understand what a lot of the fluff is about, you can look there on that. So let's get on to our first story. Let's see if I have it in here. Somewhere buried in my stuff. Or I might have to pull that one up, because apparently I don't have it there. Which I thought I had every one of my notes, but I guess I don't. So hold on one second. Let me pull this up. So you guys, for those who don't live in California, you guys might not know about this that happened. But I happen to live, but I happen to work maybe a couple of miles from where this happened. And like some of the people were like, man, did you guys see all the traffic that was backed up and what happened? And so granted, I know this is something that's maybe just local. I do know that it ended up trending on Twitter for a little bit. So let me pop this onto the screen. Let's see. So let's put it. Yeah, we do it that way. Oh, that's right. I didn't share screen yet. There he is, Mr. Lawson. How we doing, sir? Oh, wait a minute. You're muted. Hold on. Let me unmute you.
Video. I just don't have audio.
There you go. I can hear you now. I had muted it.
Marcus, I can't hear you right now. I don't know what's up with my sound. Am I turn off? Hold on one second.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and take your time. Hamza is in the building. What's up, Hamza? All right, so here is the video.
In LA County, a driver going the wrong way, slamming into a group of 75 law enforcement recruits who were on a morning run. 25 recruits were injured, 5 of them in critical condition tonight. The neighborhood waking up to the chaos, police cars and ambulances rushing the injured to hospital. Some of them saying the car may have been going up to 40 miles an hour, but there was no sign the car slowed down. The SUV hitting the recruits and then slamming into a lamppost, landing in front of an elementary school. Tonight, what we know so far about the 22-year-old driver. ABC's Will Carr on the scene in LA County tonight.
Tonight, chaos in a residential neighborhood east of Los Angeles.
We have a horrible incident here in Whittier. This is Mills Road at Telegraph.
A driver going the wrong way, slamming into a group of 75 law enforcement recruits from multiple departments, all on a morning run.
How many patients? How many recruits are injured?
Right now, I'm counting, sir.
25 hurt, 5 of them critically.
There are no signs of any skid marks and no signs that they tried to stop.
Recruits telling authorities the car was going an estimated 30 to 40 miles an hour. They could hear it accelerating.
It happened so quickly that just the people that just saw it veer into them,
They jumped out of the way, but the people behind had no chance because they never saw it. It said it looked like an airplane wreck. There were so many bodies scattered everywhere.
The most seriously injured rushed to hospitals before paramedics arrived. Firefighters at a nearby station hearing the crash and racing to help.
The range of injuries we have obviously are head trauma. We have broken bones. We've had some loss of limb. These are life-threatening injuries.
Concerned about the kids coming and going to school, Bogart Peralta raced to the scene.
I'm on this street. What's the sun like at that hour? The sunlight anywhere from 6 till this time around, the sun's beaming right in your face. So if you don't have, like I said, a visor on or any sunglasses, that's definitely going to interfere with the coming this week.
Authorities say the 22-year-old driver passed a field sobriety test and a breathalyzer.
Just a horrific scene. Let's bring in ABC's Will Carr tonight. And Will, I know authorities obviously questioning the driver. What do we know about that? And any news tonight on the recruits in the hospital?
David, tonight a handful of those recruits are still in critical condition. It comes as the driver, who was as well, been detained by authorities. While they decided they want to charge him, everyone agrees this crash could have been far worse had it not happened just feet from the fire station behind me. David.
All right, Will Carr leading us off tonight. Will, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for.
Right. Why do I always do that? I got to remember to stop this before, because then I lose track of what link I have this up under. Did you hear any about this, Chris?
No. When did this happen? This had to be like very recent.
Yeah, this happened like, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay.
I know. I was coming into work and people were like, man, there's a real bad accident on Telegraph, because my job is right off of that same road. And where I go to lunch at a lot of times and eat, a lot of the food places are right in that area where that elementary is. And so it's kind of wild that, and so we still don't have any kind of clue exactly what happened. They have left, what is it? They already let him out. So he's out on bond, apparently. And I think last I heard he's going to be charged with attempted murder. So, and we're still trying to figure out like what happened, because there's no skid marks. He literally went across traffic. So I know that one gentleman was sitting there saying that, the sun could have been an effect. I mean, I was wondering the possibility that he failed out of the academy and he was trying to be a cop or something like that, but we still have no clue what happened. So it's kind of just an interesting time that we're getting into. I've been hearing more. I mean, like, for instance, what's going on in Idaho. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's just a lot more crazy stuff that's been going on. I don't know. Have you heard of what's going on in Idaho right now?
No, I don't. What, something happened with the potatoes? I did just learn something about the potatoes McDonald's use is kind of crazy.
No. What happened is apparently 4 college kids were all stabbed to death. Yeah. So, I mean, I just think that right now we're facing some interesting times. Hopefully we all just try our best to be more patient with people. Never know what might be the thing that sends them over the edge. Let's see, Angelica says, I have watched and enjoyed 3 out of 4. Yes, definitely to subscribe to their channels. Moxie approved and we woke now. Thomas says, damn, the driver accelerated into police. It seems like it was definitely on purpose, but the motive of why, I mean, and they say that he was definitely accelerating. And why a 22-year-old all of a sudden decides, I want to kill a bunch of police recruits. I don't know.
Oh, shit. Yo, son, hold on. Breaking news, kid. Yo, your boy's back on Twitter, son.
Who? DJ T?
Your boy Donnie's back, son. Breaking news, kid. I'm glad we caught it, because most of the time I know it's late.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun with that. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure. No. You're good. You're good. I'm just trying to make sure I watch the time on this, because for the other subjects that we have, they're gonna be all Rockfin only. And I put the link in the chat. I put the link to all the different videos. Well, most of the videos. There's a couple of videos that if I have time, I might bring those up. But I put pretty much most of the videos in the chat. So make sure you guys click over to the Rock Fan when we get to that Rock Fan portion. Hamza said that's why everyone should be armed. I'm still not back. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Twitter, but I try to measure my responses in what I get engaged in. Yes, Hamza, yes, 4 kids in Idaho were stabbed to death. Hello, Nicole. It's good to see you in here. Let's see. Cue the liberal meltdown. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. This is the first time I've seen Twitter trending on Twitter. Like all week long, it's been Twitter shut down, Black Twitter. I mean, it's been something Twitter every single day that's been going on. So it's going to be interesting. Mary says the stress of the past almost 3 years, imposed medical and social mandates have put our people who are already stressed over it. Tell me about it. So I guess the one last little story that we'll get into before we switch it over to Rockfin is Pelosi. And I've been wondering your thoughts on this, sir. Nancy Pelosi is stepping down. She's not going to run for Speaker of the House next time around. And it's funny, I already heard Hakeem Jeffries already jumping into the I don't want to vote for him. I'm like, he doesn't represent our values. And I'm like, so Pelosi represented your values. Like, you do realize like they were tied at the hip, basically by putting Hakeem Jeffries in. It's basically an extension of Nancy Pelosi. But your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I mean, well, what's up, everybody in the audience? Thanks for coming through. Thanks for checking us out.
That's what I'm talking about,
First time,
Thomas.
last time, viewers, thank you. With that being said, Pelosi, I mean, I watch sports, so I like to use a lot of, metaphors that go along with sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like she won the championship and she's retiring. There's no other way to put it. I mean, if you look at her career, I mean, we know it's shit. We don't have to get into her career. I'm saying from her personal standpoint, she checked every box.
Yep.
I've been in control forever. I've made whoever I was supposed to make rich. I've punished who I'm supposed to punish. You know what I'm saying? I've held back popular movements. I've pushed forward unpopular policies. You know
I've stopped as much as I possibly could.
Correct. So for her, it's like job well done. When she goes to Congress hell or Congress heaven, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be Hall of Fame Congress. She's gonna be Hall of Fame Speaker of the Hall. Speaker of the House rather.
Whoa, I want to hear your reaction to this. Angelica says down here, I also read she might nominate her daughter to step into her role. So if she steps down and doesn't run again, I wonder which one is it going to be? Probably Alexandra. That's the one who kind of like really like runs out there talking about, oh, you don't want to get in her way and blah, 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 blah. So imagine it'll probably be that one.
Look, either it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I would say, Streets, what's up, man? I would say she's probably in her 70s. Probably late 70s.
No, Pelosi? Pelosi, I think, just hit 80. I think she's right there with Biden. Well, Biden turns 80 either today or tomorrow. Let me look it up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're straight. Let me see.
Pelosi age. Let's see. She's 82.
Oh, she's 82. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Biden is 80.
Biden is 80. Yes.
I know our birthdays. I know our birthdays are in the same week. That's shit.
Mm-hmm. So I won't say that. I won't say your age on camera, but
yeah, we ain't gonna do that.
Old man. But yeah. We got more time. Let's see, my time is 6:48. So yeah, got a couple more minutes. But we are going to be definitely switching over to Rockfin for the next 2 stories. one of them gets crazy. I think for those who were paying attention to the Epstein stuff, that's a hint to what might be going on. Mr. Street says, old heads, no wonder where. Well, you already know, Mr. Streets. You know. I mean, and this is just back and forth conversation. Some people are not going to agree with what I'm about to say here, but in the scriptures it says in the last days we'll have dumb leaders. And look, literally around the world, we probably have. I can't think of a time where every country's leader is an idiot, damn near.
Did you see what happened? Speaking of leaders, right? Speaking of leaders, did you see with the interaction between Justin Trudeau and Xi Jinping of China?
I only heard about it. I hadn't had the time to go walk back in and check it out. I heard that like Xi Jinping kind of was getting a little hot with him.
I mean, he was upset. I mean, he had a translator say it, but I'm pretty sure if he could say it to him himself, he would have been like, damn, we just had a conversation yesterday. Now I'm hearing everything we talked about is in the fucking streets. Like, who's to blame for this leak right here? It's you, and we don't do business like this. You're lucky I'm going to continue doing business with you. And if it happens again, that's your ass. And then freaking Trudeau's like, my bad, dog. I mean, that was, that's the hood version of what happened. But, Xi Jinping, basically, he did say that, though. He did say in the interaction with Trudeau that, we had a meeting yesterday. Basically everything we talked about is now in the press. And that's not what my understanding of our meeting was, that we thought basically it was an off the record, meeting. Trudeau came back with in Canada, we do everything by the book, and we have a free and open. He gave that stupid bullshit that make you want to slap somebody. You know what I mean? That's the response. So I was waiting for the Bruce Lee throat punch from Xi Jinping, but he held himself real good.
Well, because he's holding his cards. I mean, I've said this before, and it's kind of funny that you brought this up because, believe it or not, everybody, this Xi Jinping stuff has kind of been in the back of my head. This is what I've been like paying most attention to. This, and I mean, I would literally bore you guys if I talked about what I'm paying attention to mostly, where my eyes are on, because you guys know I'm always trying to look what's going to happen, a little bit further down than what's going on right now. And I'm telling you, China, Taiwan things, I'm just waiting to see a couple of things happen the wrong way. And then shit might be happening.
I guess, you know what, in order to better track it too.
it was a Brandon Lee punch.
But in order to track it, we just really have to pay attention to the tech space, right? We have to see where they are in terms of like personal assistants, robotics, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. What processes and services can the robots and artificial intelligence perform for this class that will render us, unnecessary? So if we watch that space too, in conjunction with a lot of other things, with a couple other metrics, we pretty much tell when we're expired.
I like what Hamza's talking about here. Hamza says ADL is attacking RZA, calling him a terrorist. This is what I don't get about the ADL. ADL goes hard. Well, I do get it. I'll say it on the other side. I'll say it when we get in there. Just remind me, Hamza, to bring up ADL because they're already going to be heavily in this next segment. Once we get on to Rockfin. Yeah, I guess I can say this real quick. You got our nation and most of the Western powers funding literal Nazis in an area where Jewish people live. And when I mean a place where Jewish people live, there are Jewish people in Ukraine, in Poland, and in Russia. You're not focusing on the danger and loss of life that they're dealing with over there. You're worried about comments that people say here that you think possibly maybe might on a red moon, you know, that could maybe happen. It's like the level of fear and paranoia. It's like that girlfriend who's cheating and she's always accusing you, or boyfriend, whatever. That's always accusing you because they got a guilty conscience. It's like they run around with this. Well, let me stop. I said I was going to save it for when we get over there. In fact, you know what? Let's just go ahead and start doing that now. Everybody just start heading on over to Rockfin. I'm about to, yeah. Mr. Street says, preach, Marcus, real talk. I'm about to get really real. And I hope that people pay attention to this analysis. Oh, wait a minute. Something before I get into that. Nicole Vance, she says, I've been paying attention to BRICS. Yes, y'all all need to be paying attention to BRICS and what the hell's going on with BRICS. That is a big deal. That's stuff that's going on down the road. Yipper, please remind me about that comment too, about the Brooklyn Nets. There's a lot that I'm just gonna like really say. So yeah, everybody start heading over to Rockfin now. The reason why I feel that this analysis is going to be something everybody needs to hear is because I've heard a lot of other commentators speak on the Chappelle issue. And I feel like because a lot of them have a presupposition that is focused in one direction, that they're missing a lot of things. Shout out to Steve Poikinen. Steve is the only person I saw that was really, that I agree with, that was seeing the same thing that I was seeing. Mostly everybody else was not seeing what I was seeing and what is important. I mean, what is vital about this. And I'm going to explain why it is. You don't have to have this beliefs in these things, but I'm going to explain why it's valid to understand what's going on there. So let's see. What is the time mark we at? All right. Let's see. Oh, we're at 32 here. We can go on ahead and close this one out. I actually set it up this time different, Chris. We're going to end this one on here. And the reason why I did it this way, I did it this way. Yeah, the reason why I did it this way so that when we get on to the other side, it shouldn't have the delay. Okay. So the comment section should be kind of quite right with us. Yipper said, did Umar build that school yet? Wow.
Oh, man, they
wow.
They busted off shots.
But yeah, we are, that's what I say. We're going to shut this one down now. Yeah, we'll shut this one down now. And then I'm about to go over. There's a countdown on the rock. Yeah. I know there's a countdown on there, but yes, just hop on the one with the countdown. We will be on there shortly. But for this one and for those who are watching this on YouTube, I put it down in the link how to find this video if you're watching this later, not catching it live. For those who hop in a little bit late, click that. You guys can catch the rest of it.
We said it 18 times, class. Rockfin, we out.
All right, we out.